So I started to write this book in shortly after I got to Wesleyan as president. I came to Wesleyan as president in 2007. A year later, the greatest economic dislocation in the United States since the Great Depression. This seemed to me to be a disaster. It was the equivalent of after the stock market goes way down, you sell your stocks. It's the wrong time to sell. After an economic dislocation, many people who had had a broad education thought, we can't afford to give our young people this kind of education. They thought technology was the answer, but the way they understood technology was in its most simple and narrow focus. As the governor of Colorado in the United States is a Wesleyan grad named John Hickenlooper. So John was a student. He didn't know what he wanted to do. He thought he would major one day in science, the next day in art. One day in music, the next day in political science. He got in trouble a lot. He helped his friends. He told me a story. He was taking photographs for arts with an art student who decided it would be better if both of them had no clothes on in the middle of the city of Middletown. And when the police showed up, they explained it was all about art. So John had this meandering path. He didn't know exactly where he would end up. He became a geologist, worked for an oil company, and then became a small businessman. And his business took off, and he became a very successful owner of restaurants in Denver, Colorado. And someone said to him, you know, we need better city government. And the people running the government aren't doing a very good job. And a group of his friends said, why don't you do this? And he thought, just like the art project, it was kind of silly. But to his great surprise, he won the race for mayor of a major American city, Denver, Colorado. He did this because he knew how to make things work. He knew how to solve problems. And I think most importantly, he knew how to see things that no one else could see. He could talk to conservatives and liberals and get them to find common ground. He could talk to farmers and technologists and get them to find common ground. He's the governor of Colorado. I hope he'll be the president of the United States one day, because he does not sit in one box. He doesn't ask other people to stay in one box. He understands that the world is a lively, complex, ambiguous place. And the best education and the best politics is one that's responsive to people's needs while respecting the complexity and ambiguity of future opportunities. Having the courage actually to act on what you know, what you aspire to, and what you might build in the future.